Come in.
Hey, Riley.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Samantha with Marathon.
Good to see you, Samantha.
Good. Do you mind if I sit?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Thank you. So how's your day going so far?
Good.
Good?
It's a cold morning getting started.
It is cold, yeah.
I just had to bring out the ice scraper and scrape off the windows to get moving.
Oh, gosh.
So.
What time do you have to be here this morning?
Usually get in around 6:30.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So has it been pretty busy yet, or
yeah.
Slow day?
Yeah, most of the morning rush has came through for coffee and donuts and everything.
Okay. Well, at least it's Friday.
Yeah.
Do you have to work tomorrow? Or are you off?
I'm actually going to be off. I'm going to be gone.
Okay,
for the weekend.
Nice. What are you doing for the weekend?
I'm going home, or where my parents are from, to southern Indiana. So I have a long road trip ahead of me this evening.
Is it a special occasion, or just going for fun?
Yeah, well, both my sisters are coming in, and one lives out in California, so I don't get to see her too much.
A reunion?
Yeah, I guess.
Awesome. Okay, well, I know that you're busy. We only have 15 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
so I wanted to go ahead and get started. I know we talked a little bit on the phone already, but if I could show you a program that can increase your overall profits and your return on investment, would you be interested in learning more about that today?
Yeah, I'm always looking to increase profits.
Yeah, okay, great. And before I get started, is there anyone else that needs to be in this meeting with us?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, perfect. So what my plan is I'm going to ask you some questions just to make sure that the program I'm offering you today is a good fit for you, and then I'm going to kind of go into the product with a little more detail. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. So how is business going overall?
I mean, our gasoline sales have been dropping, and ultimately our C-store sales drop with that as well. So I'm always looking more to increase C-store sales, though, because I'm getting a lot higher margins off of my in-store products than off of the gasoline that's sold. I'm sure you know that.
Right, yeah.
But as you know, I mean, we did the Folgers coffee and the Hunt Brothers and all that from your recommendation. It's not going as great as the numbers were showing, but I'm hoping to pick those sales up.
Okay. And remind me again, how many employees you have currently total?
It fluctuates, but maybe around 15.
15?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How many of those work at one time or one shift?
Depends on the day and the hour. With Hunt Brothers, we need an extra person working.
Okay.
So sometimes one, sometimes two, and sometimes three, depending on our busy days with lunch and dinners for people coming in and picking up those pizzas.
Okay. So what are you doing to grow your business or increase sales right now? Because I know you said it's not going too well. Is there anything that you're doing specifically?
I guess because we had the investment and all that last year, that I just don't really have a lot of extra cash to be out there advertising. We really count on word of mouth being our big piece, because with the Hunt Brothers, we send out those postcards so everybody knows in the community that we have the Hunt Brothers pizza. So we were just hoping that can get the push going.
Okay. So how difficult is it to find a way to increase your profits?
Well, I was hoping with all of these that it was going to help. So I guess it is pretty hard, given that I put a hefty investment into that and still aren't seeing what I would like to see.
Okay. Well, hopefully with my program today it will help. So with the new laws for Americans with Disabilities Act, you are required to be accessible. Have you been doing anything for that?
No. I guess no. I mean, nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay.
I mean, we help drivers if the need comes up, but I really don't see that very often.
Okay.
And I don't have any complaints that we're not helping them out. So.
Okay. And how important is it for you to show support in your community?
We've been a community supporter in the past. We've helped out like soccer teams with uniforms and different things, but I haven't really done too much lately. Again, short of cash, so.
Okay.
And I'm not sure how much it really helps business too.
Okay. How important is it that we implement new strategies to get a positive return on investment for you?
I think it's important, but I don't know. I just feel like I need to analyze a lot of numbers before I continue to invest in more new products, because I can't take my eye off of my large investment. I need to continue to try and build that piece of the business.
And what are the consequences of finding new ways to increase your profits?
I guess money would be the consequence, losing out. And then poor execution. I mean, losing your regular customers and your regular business would also be a consequence.
We don't want that to happen.
No. I need to increase my customers.
Right. And that's, I was going to say, how would it benefit you if you did to increase your customers?
Hopefully more in my family's pocket.
Yep, exactly. More money. That's definitely a good thing. So should we pursue the details of this program now?
Sure.
Okay. So I know we discussed a little bit on the phone about this already. Do you mind if I scoot over here?
Sure.
Okay. And what this is called a fuel call program. And what it comes with, as you can see here, it has the poles, the signage for the handicap, and then the wireless transmitter.
Okay.
And so what you do is, as you can see here is the pump. You would install it right next to the pump. So as a disabled driver or a senior driver pulls up, instead of them having to work to get out of the car, they can just press the button. Mm-hmm. And once they press the button, it will send a message over into the store to an employee that says, number 6 needs help, or whatever you set it to be. Mm-hmm. And then an employee would come out and help them fill up their gas.
Okay.
So as you can see, it's going to be helping in the community with the disabled and the senior drivers, as well as it would even bring more of those people into your store.
Okay. So the transmitter tells them what dispenser somebody's at?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you can set it in different ways.
Okay.
Now, I also have this just to also describe it a little bit. You can choose which way you do it. If you have just one pump as the disabled, or you could have it at the 2 pumps. In this program, you will get 2.
Okay.
So you can choose to buy 1 or 2. But in the program, it will come with 2 pumps.
This is interesting to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we will advertise it as well, right next to it.
So I won't get docked off on mystery shop scores or anything with having that on my price sign.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yep, it comes with it. So, let's see. And I also wanted to let you know we did a pilot study about this. So what we found out from it was that 8% of registered drivers in Ohio are disabled or senior drivers. And we found out that 66% of the population in Findlay are registered drivers. And the population of Findlay is 41,200. So once we took in all that information, we took the 66% first and then the 8%. We found out that 2,175 are disabled or senior drivers.
Okay.
So that's a lot of people that you could be impacting.
Mm-hmm.
We also found out that this has impacted 1 in 6 families with disabled family members. So you can positively impact 362 disabled or senior drivers.
Is that like a monthly basis or weekly or yearly?
Well, just from the pilot study, it would be about monthly.
Okay.
And then we also found out that 1 in 3 families have friends that are disabled.
Okay.
So not only are you going to affect just the disabled or senior market, you could also affect their friends and family.
Okay.
And then we also found out that 95% of disabled or senior drivers would switch brands. So that's an opportunity to earn even 34 new customers of disabled drivers that are currently going to another store.
Mm-hmm. So does anybody in my community have this today?
No. Well, from what we found out, it's just a pilot study. So you would actually have an advantage over the other ones.
Okay. What state was the pilot done in?
It was actually done in Ohio.
Oh, okay.
It just wasn't in the Findlay area.
Okay.
So we had to do a little extra research for your actual store.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then let's get into the pricing.
Mm-hmm.
So the cost of the kit is $900.
Okay.
And then the cost of shipping would be around $50, so the total cost would be $950. And this is with if you were to install it yourself. So if you were to install it yourself, the payback period on investment would be either 3, 4, 5, 8 weeks, depending on how many actually came into your store.
Okay.
Now, if you're like me, I'm not one to, install it myself. I'm not a handy person. So if you chose to hire someone to install it, it would be around $350 to $500.
Okay.
So the highest price of your fuel call would be about $1,400, give or take, depending if you were to install it yourself.
Is there anything Marathon can do to help with costs? Can you guys install it for me, or?
Well, I'm always here for questions, but we also offer this a product installation guide. So it's step-by-step instructions that we can give you just to help you do it. And I've heard, at least through the pilot study, that it's not that hard to install. But once again, if you're not the handy type, then you could also hire someone to install it.
It just seems pretty expensive to get hire out to install it. I mean, it could be 50% of the cost. That's pretty high installation fees.
Okay, so you're just concerned about the price of it all?
Yeah, just the total price in general.
Okay.
like I was saying, cash flow is low right now just with the big investment that I did.
Yeah, I can definitely understand why you would be concerned about that. But I also want to let you know that with it comes tax credit. Since you are helping out the community, you would have to apply for it, but you would get between $250 and $285 back a year. So technically you could subtract that from the total cost depending on if you would choose to hire or not. And then we also found from our pilot study that 34% of drivers needing refueling assistance will buy from the C-store. And so either, depending on what you do, you can take out a pamphlet with your food in store, or a lot of people have been to a gas station before, so they know what's in it, and they might just tell you when you go out there what they want. So they still will be buying, even though they're not coming actually into the store, they still will be buying from the C-store.
I'm kind of concerned with having just a person on duty, like, around the clock to implement this program. It seems that would be the most expensive piece, is the extra labor.
Okay, so you're worried about the cost of extra labor and having another person there on site. Okay, yeah, I understand that. I guess the benefit of this is that it's not 24/7 or 24 hours a day. You can choose the actual times that you want it. So you said that sometimes it's 2 or 3 people. You can have the fuel call going from that time. And on your sign, you can have the hours, so the disabled or handicapped senior drivers know. So does that help alleviate your concern? That
a little bit. How many hours a day do you recommend?
8 to 10. It's really up to you. I mean, I would try to go more the busiest time, when people are going to work and coming back from work. I wouldn't necessarily say that you would need it at night. It is up to you.
I think I would try closer to just 2 or 3 hours a day, just because I would have maybe my Hunt Brothers pizza person do it after the busy lunch hour.
Yeah, you could do that. And you could even start low and see how it goes. And if things are going well, you can increase your hours.
Okay, so they would provide me a new sign for free on the hours then?
Yeah, well, you would just call me and then we could work something out. Or, you would just call me. Yeah. So how does this sound so far? Are you interested in this program?
What's the maintenance on the program itself, like the transmitter and all of that?
Sure. Let's go back to this. You get a 1-year warranty with it. So once you do that, you can call me or call Marathon Service, and we will come, if something's wrong with it, help you with it. After a year, unfortunately, you would have to, if something happened to it, you would have to call someone else or buy a new one, but that's never happened. So.
But, I mean, the pilot is pretty new, right? So hopefully they're not breaking down that quickly.
Right, yeah. But I guess the 1 year is at least a little safety there for you.
And is it ran by batteries, or is it through the outlet, or how does that work?
It's actually wireless. So you will have a battery through when it's in your the store. Yeah, thank you. It's in the store. So yeah, that will be battery operated, but it is wireless, so you won't need anything else besides that. Yeah. So are you interested in this today?
I guess I'd like to look a little bit more. I don't know if you have how much research you have on sales and how that would actually affect my station.
Definitely.
So maybe if I could do a little bit of analysis on it, just because of in the past things haven't performed.
Yeah, not a problem.
Where we were hoping they would be at. So
yeah. Well, I'll leave this with you today. I do have some more other numbers in here that you can take a look at. And then I also leave this so you can look over this and see how hard it is to install. So yes, I'll call you next week. Does that sound good? And we can talk a little more about this in detail.
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Yeah,
good to see
have
you.
a good day. Yeah, good to see you too.
See you too.